Hi, everybody. How y'all doing? My name is Lisa, and this is my first stream. What does TLA say? Struggle streaming already? Um, Hello, everybody. How are you? Happy full moon. I know I've been remiss in getting those crystal grids. Y'all have had a crap ton of stuff to do. It is coming fast and furious with no real slowdown in sight. Um, which is okay, I suppose. But it's cray cray. All right, it is cray z. So I am getting ready to put a couple of these things on, and and let me see if I can do all three at the same time. Oh, that's beautiful. All right, guys, we are here to talk about the situation going on with our full moon today. Welcome, everybody, again to the show, to this stream. I am going on live, I swear to you, a little bit later on tonight. My shoulder has been spasming for probably the last 5 days, maybe more. So that's why I've not been on as much. And so there's a lot that that it symbolizes a lot of different things, and this hair just it's time for me to get it rebraided again, y'all. We struggling. The hair is struggling. Lisa's struggling. A little bit today. So it hurts. And so I know that symbolizes quite a bit. I know I'm shouldering a lot. There's stress, there's this, there's that. So I'm being very cognizant each thing as I move through it. Then the shoulder will stop hurting for a little while. And then it'll start back up. And then I'll focus it on the next thing. And then it'll stop for a little while. It'll focus back up. So, it is what it is. We getting there. We just getting there. Hey, Shiny, how are you? Hello, hello. I'm not doing readings right now. We'll do readings later on tonight. I want to talk about of the astrological, what I'm seeing. Hey, Dadal. Hey, Melinda. Hey, Tina, how are you? Um, hey, LRGA Curse, how you doing? So I want to talk about what I'm seeing, and I want to give you guys some insights into how we're going to work with these next 2 weeks. For those of you who are not aware, anytime we have a new moon that comes in, that energy really lasts for about 2 weeks. And then the full moon happens, and then that energy lasts for another about 2 weeks. And then we start cycles all over again. So even though the moon is going through other phases throughout the whole entire cycle, it is still a thing where it is that energy, that overall energy really is there for us to utilize or be aware of for a complete 2-week stretch. Okay. I'm looking I'm taking care of myself. It's all right. All right, here we go. I was trying to let people come in. So we're going to get to what's going on with this full moon. Let me go to the Chrome tab. We'll let a few more people come in. No, window. Okay, here we go. Hey, Melissa, I saw you just as I was going over. Okay, there's a few things I want to discuss in regard to this full moon. Again, for those of you who are not aware, what is a full moon? A full moon is when the sun, which is up here, this circle in a dot in the center, is directly opposite 180 degrees on this wheel, directly opposite to the moon, which is this little guy right here. All right. We have some other players in this as well. We have Mercury right here, and we have Pluto right here that are also in opposition to one another. I'm going to, let me just give you a little bit of heads up where we're heading. We also have Uranus and the North Node over here making some aspects to the full moon. We have Neptune down here in Pisces making aspects to the full moon. And then we have Saturn and Venus making aspects to each other, right? And then it leaves Venus over here. What I do find interesting is who's not playing this go around. Who's neutral? Jupiter, Chiron, and Mars are all neutral in this game. The South Node is a calculation. I'm not really concerned about that at the moment, and it's inconsequential for the moment, unless I figure out that it becomes. Actually, it is consequential, so I'm gonna put that in blue because I'm gonna talk about world from that perspective. All right, this is one of the more complicated, layered astrological transit charts I've seen in a while. Yeah, I usually do this. I almost do this almost every month, new and full. Sometimes the full moons just get bombarding me with too much energy and I can't. One of the two sometimes are doing that to me. But this go around, I got bombarded with this energy last week. I'm going to go with this aspect first. The sun in Cancer in opposition to the moon in Capricorn. I have some notes, so if I'm looking at another scene, you know why. So this full moon, and I put this in my newsletter as well. I'm not sure if we were able to get that out quite yet, so I'm just going to go through my notes. And some of this is a newsletter, so if you haven't already, go to heartofinspiration.net, sign up for the newsletter, do it quick so you can get it. But you'll always also have links to the other past newsletters and blogs that I put in there. I put something I call Oracle's Corner there, where I'm just kind of giving you a channeled message. There's always an astrology corner where I'm talking about whatever is happening during the week. And then there's what's happening with Heart of Inspiration in general. My coaches actually put a coach's corner together too. So it's a lot of great information. And then you'll know and have access to what at least I generally think we're doing during the week. Let's talk about the full moon in Cap. This is going to focus, of course, on home, family, your intimate relationships. All of those things are kind of what I'm saying are in the crosshairs. They are on your radar, like they may never have been in recent history before. Because both Cancer and Capricorn, they are opposing signs. Cancers are already the mothers of the zodiac. We're all about home, hearth, how the fam doing, how's our close connections, how are they doing? And what making sure stability, right? So we're very focused on stability as well. I don't like situations where, and we can be very materialistic in that level of stability. So we're one of the types of people that I would say, like, I'm just going to say for me, I ain't going to say for all y'all Cancers, because I'm not trying to put y'all all in a bucket together with me. For me, I show my love language in gifts. I love to give gifts. I don't receive them very well. I will cook a meal for you, a home cooked meal. I love to cook. I love to entertain in my home. I love my home to have, it doesn't have to have the most expensive things, but I like nice things, but I find them on a deal. I hate paying full price for anything. For I hate it with a passion. That being said, um, we can be hoarders. I will find a use for anything, just about. I will purchase things and then I call it squirreling it away, and that can be digital tech. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be anything. Okay, I find it on a deal and then I put it away in my little pocket, and I say I'm gonna come back to you because I know I'm gonna need you. But for right now, I'm just gonna set you in that pocket right there. And I tell you, 99% of the time, I come back to it. Um, we don't like to throw things away. We get emotional attachments to things. Capricorns like a nice, comfortable home. Oh, and by the way, I would rather entertain in my home than go out. I can be a very reclusive homebody. You come over, but when I go places, it's like I gotta be sure that my safe, like, so I'm usually like the DD or whatever, or I'm the one that's driving because I don't want to be dependent upon when you decide you want to go home. Unless it's like family or something, or I've been out with you, so I know we're not gonna be out there for 3 days, and my poor children will be looking for me. But I much prefer being at home. So if I can have everything here, I'm fine. As long as it's nice, and there's always going to be a good energy when you come into a Cancerian home. We're all about family, and we don't like surfacey relationships. Yes, we do give off a lot of emotion, but we are the initiators of emotion. We're the cardinal emotion sign, cardinal water sign. Why do I say all this? Because all of those things, by the sun being in Cancer, all of those things then come immensely important. Because what the moon in Capricorn then is doing is it's reflecting back to us our innermost feelings, thoughts, desires, and are you sure you want this shit? So Capricorns are equally as like, okay, home, da 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 da, but they're much more pragmatic. They're cardinal earth. They're like, okay, you feel like if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. I feel like if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. And I'm not being materialistic when I say that. When I say that, I'm just like, if I'm about to do anything as far as business is concerned, it's going to be a successful business. Why? Because I'm not going to sit here and waste a lot of time and energy and or money. That's why I can help people start their own successful businesses if they just kind of tap into the energy a little bit. If you all plug in just a wee bit into this energy, and if this is what you want, we're now going to call them from here forward spirit-infused businesses. Rather than spirit-based businesses, spirit-infused businesses. Because I have a lot of you that are practitioners of something, or you may be medical doctors or nurses or counselors or whatever. You have these licensures, but you want to add or want to infuse spirit into your practice. So we are now going to be calling them from here forward. You heard it here first. So if you hear that, hold on. Hold on. Let me go back over here real quick because I want this stressed, child. I want this stressed. If you hear anybody else on any other YouTube channel from this point forward using the verbiage spirit infused, you know they got it from here. And tell them to run me my coin from my. Tell me to run me my coin because my business partner and I came up with that. Not all cancers will be designated drivers. I just prefer to be the designated driver because, okay, the other part of that is that we can be control freaks. And in lower vibrational states, we can be manipulative. You know how your mama could manipulate your feelings, your emotions? That's who we are. We're going to manipulate it. So the lower vibrational, not me, but I was a good manipulator. I always had my own car. Absolutely can't ride with nobody else. Can't ride with nobody else. So yes, we're everything now is spirit-infused business. So I just had to put that out there. So listen, if you hear Elsa, you heard it here first. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna stop being shady. Okay, here we go. So Capricorn is very career oriented. How are you seen? 10th house energy. How are you seen? How are you perceived? Achievements. Then they are really, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. I mean, really, to the core. I would say Capricorns are more minimalists, and us being at the opposite side of the pole, we are more hoarders. I'm just giving you an idea. So even in our intimate relationships, this sounds like usury, but it's not. I have to be sure that you're feeding me when we are intimate relationship with one another. And the degree of that intimacy is going to be directly correlated to the degree of energy exchange that we receive, that I receive, that we're doing. And if it's become drastically unequal, it's not working. The scales ain't balanced and the math ain't mathing. So when I say this is about home, family, intimate relationships in the crosshairs, it's kind of like this work versus home, what you need versus what you want. This is creating in some of us, probably all of us, a bit of an inner tension and a conflict because we're perceiving some external pressure. The vision of what we had for everything ain't quite what we said it was going to be. The vision for what we had is not coming into focus. And so now it's, well, am I getting everything I need so that I can go in and do what I want? Or is what is this? What's going on here? Is work and home at odds? How can I make a proper balance? I want you to watch for energy that's being very draining over the next 2 weeks. It can be if you don't direct it correctly. I want you to use this peak. This is very potent, strong, intuitive, and emotional energies and abilities to overcome relationship challenges. This is what I'm saying when I say that. Because you're going to be able to see the disharmony in all the areas of your life. You'd have thought it's been an Aries moon for the last few days around here. I don't know if it's just because I'm getting closer to the birthday, or I think it's really more to do with this, is that if there's disharmony in anything, I can no longer stomach it. If there has been a disalignment, we ain't singing in the same key, and we got a cacophony rather than a symphony. Look it up. I got to, either we gonna stop with the cacophony and move to the symphony, or I'm moving. You do you. I cannot do the disharmony because it's messing with my frequencies. And when it messes with my frequencies, it messes with my manifestation. So if what you've been manifesting ain't come into your vision yet, if your frequency is off, you need to find the disharmony. You need to find the disharmony in your situation. I'm going to say that again for the kids in the back. If what you've been visualizing, meditating, manifesting, whatever, however you go, and it ain't manifested and you've been running around here crazy for a while, your frequency is off. There's some disharmony in your energetic field. This full moon is going to help you identify said disharmony. And then you decide, are you wanting to make it into a symphony or you want to kick it to the curb, but we got to keep it moving because we can't afford to be in disharmony during this full moon. Now let's get back to it. This opposition of the moon to Mercury specifically shows a conflict between rational and intuitive feelings. In other words, you're like, well, this don't make any sense. Yeah, but my gut tells me this. But this don't make any sense. Yeah, but my gut tells me this. Beware of how opinionated and defensive you can become. Beware of confusion. This is going to require during this time period much more meditation and for you to do a thorough examination of what feelings or thoughts are holding you back. The Mercury is up here in Cancer, right? So this can make you risk averse, where you don't want to take risks. You don't want to invest. You don't want to invest in yourself. This can make you risk averse. But your gut is telling you this is the moment that everything can truly expand. You could break free. But you're like, logically, this doesn't make any sense. I need you to balance that out. And I need you to see why this is in disharmony in all of your areas of life. And if you do have things that are holding you back, you need to investigate why. Because it's holding you back from your purpose. We're going to get into that a little bit more in a minute. I hope everybody is following me. Now, both of these, all of this, these should, I want to also talk about the fact that the sun is in opposition to Pluto as well as Mercury and what that can do to the situations. No, I don't want that. Sun opposition Pluto. Here we go. This can make the sun opposing Pluto can make you a bit stubborn, or it can make you very decisive, or both. It's also, though, going to be a situation where if Pluto was moving direct, it would make you like even more so than normal Cancer, wanting to tell everybody how they need to change themselves and correct themselves. This aspect can also have us encountering deceasement or other profound changes to your surroundings more often than usual. It can affect, it can give you, though, the ability to influence others in a bad way through effective manipulation in a subconscious level, or it can help you elevate others at a subconscious level. And this is this is like a transit or in your natal chart, this could really be kind of someone with very narcissistic tendencies. Now, what I'm going to say to you about this is this: because Pluto is in retrograde, though, I'm seeing a lot of other things. This is really a lot about where I'm gonna be going back and forth between worldview and us personal. On a personal level, I feel like this is allowing us to, maybe before we weren't able to hear and see other ideas, and that's going to come in here with this Uranus aspect that now we're able to see and hear. We're finally able to kind of move. So you've been dealing with some imposter syndrome. Now is the time to like get out of that. If you've been dealing with the I don't think I'm enough, or I did all these other things that are high, not underneath in the shadows, and you've been knowing that you got to go on and get rid of it and take care of it and do that self-esteem work and do that self-awareness work and really kind of break out of this dark night of the soul, or stop hanging on to all those stories that really don't mean you no good and mean you nothing but harm, I'm gonna ask that you take this full moon energy and allow it to help you, and then even allow you to be able to maybe, get into relationship and working relationship with those of us that are here to help you. Because what's happening in the world now, I'm gonna drop this knowledge, and I hate, it's gonna be I'm dropping and running, but I'm dropping this aspect along with this South node being over here in Scorpio in the first house. This is what this is telling me, especially this situation right here. These 4 planets in opposition of one another, all 2 opposing 2. I don't know how many of you know this, so I'm going to say this. Y'all can, I don't care. Feel how you want to feel. But you need to know. So I'm going to be doing some research so that I can understand this law a little bit better. From what I'm hearing, this is what I'm hearing. Allegedly, theoretically, there has just been a bill passed, signed into law in California that would preclude independent truckers that are not part of a union or part of a work for a company that's part of a union. They cannot cross into that state to pick up a load or drop one off. They can't drive there. That affects 700,000 truck drivers nationwide. Now, I'm going to confirm that. This is what I'm hearing. I don't want nobody in the comments talking about I'm fear-mongering or anything like that. I'm simply telling you what's happening. And I'm needing to tell you that because what that South node over there and everything in opposition, South node hanging out in Scorpio, we are now seeing in spades the next level of the plan. They're doing this at this moment on purpose. Why? Because if you execute your plan, good, bad, or indifferent, if you execute your plan now, you're on a fast track to seeing the results from that. If you execute your plan now through the next 2 weeks, make the decision at the very least to execute it. But on the world stage, what's happening is these people are executing. We're seeing all the levels of their plan. And then unfortunately, the little Neptune hanging out over there is distracting us because we're getting into our fields. That's also the sun and Mercury conjunct in Cancer in the 9th house, where that is your personal philosophies and all of that. I didn't even see that till now. The personal, 9th house, personal philosophies and feelings and all of that. Like how we're dealing with this internal, which we need to be. But I need you to come outside the internal just for a second, because what happens is that we've been having this theater all around us to keep us distracted, keep us divided, fighting against this, fighting against that, fighting over a pronoun, fighting over this, fighting over that. Baby. All the while, supply chain is about to be effed. Now, you heard it here. What I would advise you to do is go get what you need. And your best to get some food. Why? Because from what we're hearing, there could be a shortage of diesel. Like mad shortage. You can't even drive trucks anyway. Farm equipment. And there's something else, another like fluid or liquid that's made over in Russia and in China to make diesel. Looks like we ain't going to have much of in about 8 to 10 weeks either. Now, we're going to be talking about a whole lot of stuff over the next little while. And y'all can drop out of here if you want to. I don't give a damn. But you heard it here. And you've been hearing it from others, but I'm going to tell you some of the others' back stuff that's going on. Also, a complete different side note, skirt. It looks as if the FDA is about to grant over-the-counter birth control pill sales. Which on the surface, you might say, that's amazing. Great. Awesome. No, it's not. Why? When something goes over the counter, people, I love y'all, beloveds, when a drug, a prescription drug, moves to over the counter, what does that mean then? That means that your insurance company and or Medicaid are no longer going to have that in their formulary. Why? Because it's OTC, over the counter. I am a health and life insurance agent. I know what I'm talking about. So and the only reason I'm bringing that up is, let's just think about this for a second. You already telling me I can't do certain things with my reproductive organs. Now you want to make it seem like you're going to help a sister out and put this stuff over the counter. You don't have to go to your doctor anymore. You don't have to do this. You don't have to wait in line. Don't worry about it. You can just run into your Walgreens, your CVS, or your Walmart, and you can purchase it. Yeah, okay. But it's not going to be covered by my insurance anymore. So those people that do not have over-the-counter benefits, which you typically only see that with Medicare plans, right? Not Medicaid, not regular schmegular, insurance. So now you're going to have to come out of pocket every month if you ain't trying to have no kid. That's right, Lady D. They're absolutely trying to create panics. Hey, MPE. I feel like affordable is a relative term. If you've been used to getting that 35, 45, whatever, not having any copay at all, because like if you're on Medicaid, it's completely paid for. There's no copay. So if you're used to not having a copay, and now you've got to go pay 35, 45, 50, who knows, dollars a month, and you're already struggling, I don't think that makes it affordable. So I'm not being funny. I'm just saying, like, affordable is subjective. I mean, for me to go get regular Allegra, like if I were to buy a decent sized bottle, is what, 50, 60 bucks? Right? They do. But I'm just saying that's not always possible. So I just want us to be aware of these things. You dang on right on that one. So we got the food supply. So you ain't letting truckers in to unload all the whatever is on that coast. You're gonna screw up the diesel so that even those tankers, let's just say those tankers were like, well, we gotta offload. We can't be sitting around here waiting on you. So we're gonna bring all that stuff around over to the Florida or the take it into the Gulf, right? Through the Suez Canal, Panama Canal. Right? Come on down through there and come on up. Well, you messing with the diesel, so how they gonna get? to where it's got to go. And you mess it with the diesel, so how the truck's still going to even get down to another port. And you mess it with the diesel, so now the farmers can't run their equipment. Now, I'm not telling you to fearmonger. This is where we're gonna find. I never leave y'all without some relief. The relief comes in with this. I've never seen this before, and I just learned a new aspect. Uranus and the North Node. This is a different aspect. It is trining the Moon and Pluto, and it is sextiling the Sun and Mercury while this is in opposition. This here in purple aspect is called a single ambivalence aspect or an easy opposition. This planet right here is what they call the apex planet. So that apex is where things are going to turn on. The apex of any, right? This is where it comes to the head, the point. So Uranus in the North Node actually in Taurus are actually going to help us in the 7th house. Uranus and the North Node in Taurus in the 7th house. We find balance in what we personally have. Home, health, career, money, relationships. We're seeking the balance in what we have. Equitability for us. And then helping the rest of everyone else. This is going to allow us to have some dual thinking and a little bit of a tendency to be black and white. But let me tell you why that's okay. Because Uranus is a free thing. So this apex situation can lead to a bit of a black and white situation, right? It's turning on the apex. Whatever decisions you make and the energy you send out as a result of this opposition, as a result of this easy opposition, right? That apex kind of helps you sort through things. So depending upon what planet would have been there, would have depended on, that would have dictated the type of energy that we're being afforded so we can get through this. Because it's Uranus and the North Node, Uranus is a very free thinker. The North Node is all about get where you got to go. Get where you got to go. Get where you got to go. Keep going. Right? Keep on moving, right? You got to keep going. So Uranus is giving you options and outs and cheat codes and hack codes and saying, don't think about it this way. Think about it this way. This energy can lead to great achievements. The full moon trining Uranus gives us positive change in our personal lives. The full moon and Pluto, those are, as Pluto represents internal, but also represents economic unrest, which is the other reason why that South Node hanging out in Scorpio, while Pluto is still hanging out in Capricorn, is really not cool. That's a whole sextile situation energy for a while. So the economy, guys, 9.1% inflation as of yesterday morning or this morning? 9.1% inflation. I will be 54 on Saturday. I've never seen that before in my life that I know of. Positive changes and exciting opportunities. You will have a heightened intuition and access to heightened self-awareness during these 2 weeks. Remember, I told you a little while ago that I want you to, that you need to be aware that you might be defensive. But I want you to also now understand why. See the disharmony. You will see all of this, and then you'll begin to see a way out that you had not seen before. Uranus and the North Node sextiling Mercury is going to help you see everything and think about it and process it from a different point of view. It's going to stimulate conversation. You're going to be able to talk to people. Maybe you'll be like, you know what? Maybe I need to get in conversation with this person. Maybe I need to reach back out to this person, right? Brings you new ideas and perspectives. This also heightens psychic awareness, perceptions. You're going to a greater anticipation of change and making the most of opportunities and helping your communication on social media. This is a tremendous energy to help us. Hey, Red Violet. This is a tremendous energy to be able to help us through this process. Now, before I finish this off, I want to tell y'all I am having a birthday week gift flash sale situation offer. For today, tomorrow, what is today? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, until 12 a.m. on July the 16th, which is a national holiday, which is my birthday. I am offering you up to 22% off of my Creators from the Heart memberships. Now, if you don't remember what those were, one of those memberships, let me do this one, is the Adept. The Adept, they both include the monthly 90-minute call with me, heart set transformation workbooks and journals. I have literally, guys, I'll get to that in a second. Daily inspirational motivational text, some social media templates, and other resources to help you all along the way create your new world and everything from your heart. And that's $111 a month. I'm giving you 11% off that, which is like $12.21 off your first month. But if you do the annual, you'll get 22% off. That translates to about $224 or something like that, or $240 off the annual price. You'll be in there for a whole year. The Initiate is the higher level. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's a tremendous value. Not only do you get everything I just talked about over there, but you'll get access to at least to one of my Limitless Lightworker Q&A sessions for coaches, access to special members only lives. I am going to be re-kicking off the lives here on YouTube. You guys will get access to that without having to be a YouTube member. Monthly social media templates and growth resources, discounts on Reiki attunements, any of my products. That's really to help you really kind of move everything into high gear. Now, if you go to birthday.createfrommyheart.com, you're going to see that, because you're also going to get something else. If you have not been able to join the main program, this is a great way to still get started on your Spirit-Infused Business, all the while being able to, you can grow, and then you can grow your business and get into the main program. Here, hang on, guys. So I'm going to stop sharing that, start sharing the tab. So here's my birthday offer. I've got that scrolling down there. Mods, if you could put it in the chat. As you can see, I've got a little video. I'm going to explain a little bit more here. I want you to be able to release your magic and create from your heart. I'm calling it Heart Set. We're so focused on changing our mindset. We haven't changed our belief system. And so that's why I came up with Heart Set. Guys, I have taken the Tesla 369 method of manifestation, and I've infused a whole nother level of spirit on top of it. We got journals for you to track this daily. We have workbooks that are going to help you work through things and grow and align and be in alignment with your purpose and with your higher self. I'm also offering free VIP access to Lightworker Lift-off, which is next week. So you'll get 3 days instead of 2. It's a $47 value. And then at the end of this month, I will be hosting a meditation masterclass. That's going to probably go for about $97 to $197, where I'm going to teach you all of my meditation secrets. And that I mean how I design my meditation time for maximum results, how I use different types of meditations, how I utilize Kundalini energy, transmuting, and so much more. So I want you to go to birthdaycreatefrommyheart.com, birthdaycreatefrommyheart.com. As you can see, with 2 days, 8 hours, and 11 minutes left in this offer. Okay? Birthday.createfrommyheart.com. If we could put that in the chat, thank you very much. Guys, get over there and sign up. Where our first call is going to be next week, Friday, and I'll have them at 2 different times during the day. All right? Okay. I'm going to leave that scrolling on the bottom. Let me drop this, and then I'm going to bring that chart back up. Let's pick it up where we left off. So this is why we absolutely have to have this energetic, like, be aware, self-aware of how we're feeling, what we truly want, what our purpose truly is, because everything in 3D is just, and it's being designed and being used and being escalated to a point where it is imposing on our personal freedom, our actual right to live. It would behoove you to begin to figure out how to create from here. This is what this energy is giving you. This is no time for people to keep going, oh my God, I can't believe this was all about money. Listen, it ain't. It ain't. What it is about, though, is teaching you how to have this personal freedom. What it is about is teaching you how to create. There's a reason why I keep telling people, yeah, I see all this other stuff going on, but I tell people all the time, that's not my reality. I've chosen my reality. Different things pop in to fill it out, flesh it out, but I've chosen my reality. My reality does not include such things. Am I aware of what's going on out there? Absolutely. Should I be? Absolutely, because I need to be able to talk to everybody that's living out there right now in 3D land and say, can you come over here? Because let me help you. We need to not be so like freaked out and feel like we being bad because we are creating our own businesses. They're spirit infused. I don't feel bad. I'm trying to help you too. You know, we're going to start having some life insurance discussions and some special, whatnots with that. We're working with, and we're about to unveil a partnership with Chocolate Earth Foundation, so y'all can learn how to grow your own stuff. There's some other folks that are like all about urban farmers. But you all need to be creating your own wealth. This is what, you don't have to do it this way, but this is one way we could do it. I know I speak to healers, teachers, mentors, coaches. I'm speaking to y'all. Y'all listen to me. Let me help you find your purpose. Maybe your purpose is to make something, but you want it to come from the heart in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Okay, come on. Let me help you. But the other place we see this at is Venus here is squaring off here with Neptune, but it is trining Saturn. That in and of itself is quite interesting because that says, and that's in Gemini, and it's just inside the 9th house. So what Venus is, it's giving you this loving push to say, baby, I know that you feel like your foundation is shaking off from underneath you. And what this darn woman done told you shook it even further. You shooketh. But what I'm going to force you to do right now is I want you to see your dreams and I want you to go after them. Don't let those dreams get suppressed. Don't let your vision for yourself and your life be suppressed. Get a hold to it, and it's time for us to put it into action. That's what that's saying. And we're going to help show you how to do it. Lastly, I do think that these planets here, Mars, Chiron, and Jupiter, stayed out of the fray because they're like, listen, I've given all that I can give. I've inspired. I've been aggressive. I've been do this. I'm gonna sit back and let this marinate and let it percolate and let you go on and figure out that you're going to use it. So the last thing too is this full moon. It's actually happening in Sagittarius, and like I say in my newsletter, I feel very strongly like us as Western astrologers or tropical astrologers, we are going to have to really convert over to Vedic, or at least have a very deep knowledge of it, because that's why this moon feels so fiery. It's not actually physically in the Earth constellation. It's in the fiery one. Okay. So, and it is in close alignment with a star, a fixed star in the constellation Aqualia, which is also known as the Eagle. And the fixed star it is in very close alignment with is Deneb, also named Okab. So the Arabics named it Deneb el Okab, tail of the falcon. Deneb is going to help us command. It's all about liberty, success in war, and then also being compassionate and benefic to others. The constellation Aquila brings us great imagination, strong passions, indomitable will, a dominating character, influence over others, clairvoyance, an keen, penetrative mind, and an ability for chemical research. So I'm going to leave that with you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks, BP. Appreciate it. I'm going to leave you with that because I'm going to leave you with this. What can you alchemize during this full moon? What can you create? What chemical research and reaction can you do? Alchemical research can you do? What you going to create? All right. That's my outlook. We're going to be talking about a lot of these other issues and situations that have popped up, okay? And how we can best prepare ourselves for them, and then what we can do to be of service to others in this time period as we are moving in the different directions. I'll be back a little bit later on. We'll have a little fun. I'm thinking it's going to be probably 7 Central. Maybe as late as 8 Central. I'll try not to make it too late. And we'll do our tarot and we'll do our horoscope kind of stuff. And so we'll just kind of get together a little bit later on today. All right. But I really do appreciate y'all being here. Please share this video. Replay crew. Love you. Hearts. Thank you for watching. Thank you for clicking like and subscribing to the channel. It is helping. Okay. If y'all want to see anything in particular, shoot me a comment or something like that. And also drop down in the comments, what are you alchemizing? How are you going to use this to get everything balanced in your world, this full moon? And then we'll get together tonight and have some fun, okay? All right, guys. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. Love you guys. Namaste.